Let's crush a Sudoku. This one's called Entropic Fog by Sir Moose. So normal Sudoku rules apply. So we're going to put the numbers 1 through 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. And we got entropy rows. So every 3 consecutive cells along each row must contain a low digit, middle digit, and a high digit. So we're going to if this is low and then this is high, this is medium, then we have to continue that pattern. So we'll figure out a pattern of low, medium, high in every single row. And it could be high, medium, low. It could be high, low, medium, some order of that. But we'll be able to kind of figure out what's going on there as things go along. Digits along an arrow, sum to the number in that arrow's circle. We don't have any arrows yet, but we'll have arrows where there's a circle and an arrow on it, and all the numbers on the arrow have to sum to the number in the circle. And then cells separated by a white dot contain consecutive digits. Cells separated by a black dot contain digits that are in a 1-to-2 ratio. Most of the grid is covered in fog. Placing correct digits will clear surrounding fog. No guessing is required. So when I get one of these cells right, it'll clear all of the cells around it of fog. So the dark gray is fog. So if I were to get this number right, all of these cells would clear, and I'll be able to see more of the grid as I go along. So we're just using the entropy rule in combination with these white dots, I would guess, to figure out what these are. So if we take a look at the entropy, if this is, so let's say, so I'll do blue for low. It's like a medium color. Brown for medium, and then I'll have, I think this is kind of a hot color, so I'll go yellow is high. So if blue is low, brown is medium, yellow is hot. This pattern would have to continue along here. It would go blue, orange, yellow, blue, orange, yellow, blue, orange, yellow. And I think the key is that so whatever color appears twice has to touch the low digits and the high digits, right? It has to abut them. So this orange, I think I might have actually colored this correctly, has to be a middle digit, because it has to be both next to a high digit and next to a low digit, and middle digits are the only ones that can do that. So these are definitely middle digits, but I don't know how we figure out which way it goes. So like these two cells I know are the high middle digit and the low middle digit, because they both have to be middle digits to make this pattern work. So it has to be 4 and 6, and then these two cells have to be 3 and 7. But how do I figure out which way that goes? And I must know how it goes, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to get into the puzzle. Oh, this has to be the other one. Okay, that's wild. So it's not these where I get digits. I actually get this digit, because these have to be 4 and 6 to go with the high and the low number. So this one has to be the other middle digit, which is definitely 5. Wild. And then I'm going to be able to get, I don't know. So I don't know which one's low. Whichever one of these is low has to be 3, because I guess it doesn't have to be. Yeah, it does. Well, if this one was low, so this one could be 2 or 1 and then have the arrow. So this is an arrow cell. I didn't get to explain this. This is a circle with an arrow coming off of it. So this goes here, and then typically arrows are at least 2 cells long, but sometimes they're just 1 cell long. So and then the arrow sums to the circle. So if this was a 1, this could just be a 1, and then the arrow could end. Oh, this can't be low, because it clearly goes into the other cell, and that would make this high. And if this is a low number, so yellow is high. So this absolutely has to. Okay, so that's going to do the rest of this. Cool. Wow, interesting logic to break into this one. Okay, so because this cell goes into this cell, whatever this cell is has to sum to this cell. So this number absolutely has to be lower than this number or equal to it. It could be equal if it's only one long, but they're next to each other, so it can't be. But this number has to be lower than this cell, so which means that this number is a high number. And I don't know what goes in here, but it does mean that this number is a high number. So this is the 7, and this is the 6 because it has to be consecutive with it, making this the 4 and this the 3. And now we're making progress, dude. All right. Okay, so this is a high number. This is a low number, and it's 2 cells long. It could be a 2. Oh, it has to be a 2. So this has to be 1, 1. So this is a low number, and we already have the 3. I was thinking this was going to have to be 3 because 2 different cells, the lowest thing you can make 2 different cells sum to is 3, but these can be the same. So these, we're summing 2 cells, at least 2 cells, and they have to equal a low number. So this has to be a 2, and then these cells have to be 1 and 1 to make that work. And we're off, dude. And we're off. All right. So this one is the other one. This is a 1. And then these 2 are 8 and 9. I might be able to figure that out using this arrow. So if this was 8, this would be a 7. If this was 9, this would be an 8. It seems like that works either way. Okay, but I can start coloring the puzzle by this blue, orange, yellow thing that I was doing. So this is definitely blue since they're 1. This is definitely going to be high either way because this is either 7 or 8 to add to 8 or 9. So this is a yellow cell, and then I should be able to figure out this whole row's thing like this. So every third one is always the same color. So these 2 are going to be blue. So then that means yellow comes to the right of blue. So then this is yellow as well. Every third cell. So these are orange. Okay. We got some black dot things happening here. What else can I figure out here? We do have kind of a lot of 1s in the puzzle already. One of these has to be a 1. So 1 and 2 can't go on this black dot. And black dots are in a 2-to-1 ratio. So this number has to, these numbers have to, one of these numbers is 2 times the other one. And 1 and 2 are pretty common numbers to put on these. So this is either 4, 8 or 3, 6. Those are the only other possibilities that don't use 1 and 2. So I'm going to do that. I don't know if that's useful. So this one can't have 4 on it, which means that this is either 1, 2 or 3, 6. How do I continue this? Okay, so these are 2 or 3, and then all of these are seeing an orange cell here. So this is 5 or 6. This is 4 or 6. This is 5 or 4. A little stuck. I don't know where to go next here. Okay, I was saying this could be 3, 6. It can't. So this is definitely 1, 2. Is that useful? Because the 3 is in the box. I missed that. So this is definitely 1, 2, which are both blue. So all of the blue cells in that column and this, or not in the column, but in the box, all of the blue cells are gone. Oh. Yeah, so that tells me that these are blue. Okay, I forgot about this pattern thing. So these are all blue. And I could have done that up here too. This is blue, this is blue. I don't know the rest of the row yet, but it occurs every third time. So that means neither of these can be 3, which means it is 4, 8. So these are not 3, 6. They are 4, 8. So one of those is middle, one of those is high. So this one can't be an 8 now, so this is either a 7 or a 9. Okay, so the last blue cell in this box, I don't know about that actually. Well, these can't be 1, 2, for kind of a lot of reasons. I don't know if that was useful at all. Okay, so we can't put a low digit on this, which means 1 and 2 are eliminated. So this is either 4, 8 or 3, 6, and it can't be 3, 6. So this is 4, 8 as well. So now 6, 7, and 8 can't go in the circle. And 4. So this is pretty limited, honestly. I don't think it could be, no, it can't be 2, because if it was a 2, it would either have to just only be 1 cell long and be a 2, but that would be 2 2s in the same thing, or it would have to go like 1 1, but it can't be a 1 here. So this can't be a 2. So this is either 3, 5, or 9. which is relatively limiting. And it can't be 3 because it can't be low. So the low digit goes here. So this is not a 3. Oh, and this can't be a low digit. So that's interesting. I think it still could go 5, 4, 1. No, 4's here. 5, yeah, and then we can't use a low digit here. So this is definitely a 9. That's crazy. I was able to just eliminate every single digit from this circle. I pretty much had to do all of them one by one. This is it's not 6, 7, or 8. Let me just make sure here. It can't be 5 because I can't put 4 here, and I can't put 2, 3, or 1 here. So there's no numbers that I could put in here that would work to add up to 5. The 4 goes here, so it can't be 5. It can't be 4 because 4 is here. It can't be 3 because it can't be 3 or 2 because 3, 2, and 1 are all used in these 3 cells. So this is absolutely a 9. I'm gonna clear some fog. That was wild. Okay, so now I know this is the high digit, which means this is not a high digit, and this is a 4. This is an 8. This is a 4. This is an 8. And we can do the coloring here. So this is orange, yellow, orange, orange, yellow, yellow, orange, 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 yellow, yellow, yellow. Okay, making a little bit of progress there. All right, these 3 cells are 2, 3, 5. So this is definitely the 5 because that's the only middle digit left. Yeah. So and then these are 2, 3, which I kind of already knew from the low digits. Okay, so this is only 2 cells long, so this is definitely a 4 to add to 9. And now this gets an orange color, which means that this gets an orange color, which might be interesting, and this gets an orange color. And this is either 5 or 6, as is this. This is a low digit, and this can't be a middle digit. So this is these are definitely both low digits because we have all of our. So this is definitely low. It certainly can't be high. And then I think because both of these are low digits, they have to be 2, 3. Oh, it could be 3, 3. I actually think this is a 3 either way because there's a 2 here. So to add up to 6, this would have to go 3, 3. To add up to 5, this would have to go 2, 3. There's no other way to do that with 2 low digits for either one. And either way, this is a 3, which makes this a 2, which makes this a 1, which makes this a 2. Now this is either a 3 or 2 or a 3. Oh, it's definitely a 3 because there's a 2 looking here. Okay, that's kind of wild. 6 there. So now this has to be high for the entropy row. Yellow. So we got yellow, yellow. We got blue, blue. So this is now a 2 because it has to be just my Sudoku there. So this is a 1. Ooh, a high digit on the end of an arrow. So that means this is definitely low. Okay. So we have like these two. This has to be a high digit and it's on an arrow. So it has to sum to something. I don't think there's any way. Yeah, this arrow can't continue. Because even if this was 7, 7, 1, which would be minimizing it, the next number would have to be a 2, and that's 10. So this is definitely a circle that's summing these 2 digits. And this has to be bigger than this, which means that, and this is a high digit, so this can't be 9. And this is probably 9, but it's at least 8. So this is 8 or 9, and this number is 1. I guess it could be 2. This is 1 or 2, but it's definitely blue. This is definitely yellow. Alright, I'm noticing that I was just going to label a few of these. I was going to go 5, 6 here. 6 is looking here, so this is a 5. This is a 6. 2 is looking here. This is a 3. This is a 1. We can probably finish off this. Yeah, so this is definitely a 7. Maybe we can't quite finish it off. These are both 8, 9. Uh-oh. No, there's an 8 here. This is a 9. This is a 7. This is an 8, which forces this to be 7, 1. 7, 1. 8, 9. 8, 9. Alright, making good progress on this. So this is either 8 or 9. That doesn't do anything for me in the column, in the row though. Got every different possibility of 2 digits here. Okay, 1, 2. This is going to be a 3 to the last of those. This is a 2. Clearing some fog, baby. Clearing some fog, dude. This is a naked single. This is a 6. Okay, so now I've got all of these done, which is nice. 6, 6. 6 has got to go in one of these. 8, 8. One of these has to be an 8. And it couldn't be this one, because then this would have to be a 4, and there's a 4 here. So this is definitely an 8, which is going to allow me to color the row. So this is orange, and then we've got yellow, yellow, orange, orange. So now 8 can't go on this dot, 1 can't go on this dot. So this is either 2, 4 or 3, 6. 3 and 6 are looking at it like that. 4 is looking at it here. So this could be a 4, which would make this a 2. Or this could be a 6, which would make this a 3. Either way, this is blue. Either way, this is orange, which I probably could have done with the coloring of the thing here. So this is definitely blue. This is definitely orange, which is going to allow us to do the row here. So yellow, yellow, orange, orange, blue, blue, which is going to do, it's 1 up top. So one of these had to be a 1, so it's got to be this one because that's the low number. Clears the last bit of fog up there. Okay, so now we're going to have a 2, 3 pair here. This is a 2, so this can't be a 2. So this is a 3, this is a 2, this is a 4. To be double with the 2. That's great. Okay, so I'm seeing 4 has to be in one of these orange cells. It can't go here, it can't go here, so it's got to go there. Now this is either a 5 or a 6. These are 5 or 6. Oh, 4 here, so this is a 6. So this is a 5, so this is a 6. So this is a 4, 5 pair, but this has to be, so this has to be a 5. This is a 4. This is a 6. This is a 5. This is going to be a 9 right here by Sudoku. This is a 7 or an 8. This is a 7, 9 pair here. This is an 8, 9 pair. This is definitely a 7. Oh yeah, this arrow is going to resolve all of that. So this is an 8 to add up to 9. So this is a 7. So this is a 9. So this is a 7. So this is an 8. This is a 9. Awesome. Almost done with this thing. Let's finish this off. Okay, 8, 9 pairs done. This is an 8. This is a 9. I think 1, maybe 1's done down here. Okay, so yeah, 1 has to go here by Sudoku. It's 8 done over here. It's got to be, so this is an 8. Oh, what? No, this is an 8. Sorry. That's going to clear the fog. Okay, 1 number left in this column. It's a 3. So this has to be 4 or 2. It's 4. This number is 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a 5 there. These two numbers are 2 and 7. You can probably do that by coloring. You can probably figure this whole thing out. Yeah, so middle, high. This has to be low. Oh, yeah, this is blue, so this has to be blue. So this is a 2. This is a 7. So 3 has to go here as the last low number in the row. This has to be a high number. It's 9. This number has to be high. It's 7. This number has to be middle. It's either 4 or 6. Do I really not know? So this must be a 4, 6 pair. Wait, what? Oh, this is decided. This is a 5. Yeah, so this is a 4, 6 pair, which is a little annoying. Oh, the 4. Okay, there we go. 6 there, 4 there. This has to be middle, so this is a 6. This has to be high, so this is a 9. This is middle, it's a 5. This is low, it's a 2. Oh man, just scared the crap out of myself. This is a 2. And we did the thing, dude. We did the entire thing. Cross that Sudoku, dude. You know? Very nice. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.